How's it going, everyone? It is Prashan here, and Bullseye is here. And I did not waste any keys on him. I bought him with tokens. I did not want to have the disappointment of wasting him 4 keys, so I bought him with tokens. And let me know down in the comments, did you one key it? Did you skip it? Did you snap it? Let me know. But recently on Twitter, I said that this card was mid, and I think it is. We're gonna look at the win rate of this card so far. I know it's been less than 24 hours, but just checking, and I don't know. Let's see. Let's put it in the middle. We'll keep it in the middle, but we'll go by win rate. More than 200 games. So right now, there's nothing over 60%. The best deck is at 58, 57, you have 56, 54, 53. And then if you go to like player rank, and if you go to, let's say, like infinite top 10%, no one's playing this card for the most part. All of your games are like 25 or less. And I'm pretty sure their creators trying to say that this deck is the best deck, so they just played 25 games, 34 games, and they're like, I'm done, let me post this on Twitter, and then I could say this deck is good. But there's not that much volume in the top players yet, which I think is weird too. So it doesn't mean that this card, I don't think this card is that good if not that many people, or I don't know, maybe like there's so many different variations of this deck where it's like one card here, one card there, where everyone's like switching out. Like for instance, like Scorn and Meek, or like Meek. Some people aren't playing Collector, some people are. Some people are playing Grandmaster instead. Some are playing Victoria Hand, some aren't. Like the cube rate on this one is bad. Like 33 games, 50, like you're losing cubes here. You're losing cubes there. 47%. 40, like it seems like a lot of people gave up on this card too. Like, because if we scroll all the way down, a lot of these decks don't even have 20 games played yet. Which means they tried playing it and then they just gave up. Which I think the card is mid when you have these kinds of stats. Like if you have your higher skilled players not playing the card, I think that's bad. My honest opinion. But I think the masses, like we could look at the masses, we could look at all ranks, and out of all ranks, this is your top deck here with Frigga, which makes sense. You could do the Dakin thing. So I think we're gonna go to something that's more straightforward, and we'll play this discard deck here, the 57.9%, and we'll test it out. And hopefully we could get Bullseye to go off a few times. Copper Drop, I did say that this card was a skip because you didn't really need it. Like the only format or the only decks that you're seeing this in is discard, and if you don't like discard, if you don't have all the cards in discard, I think it's a skip, because this is like an in-game play. You just play him at the end of the game, and if you use him, you use him. If you don't, you don't. So yeah, let's go through. Let's talk about this deck here a little bit, and then we'll play some games, and then hopefully we could get some dubs, and hopefully we could get Bullseye to pop up. So here is the deck. We have Scorn, Blade, Morbius, Swarm, Calling Wing, Bullseye, Gambit, Moon Knight, Dracula, Proxima, MODOK, and Apocalypse. So of course you just want to discard cards from your hand and leave cards like Scorn and Swarm in. That way your Bullseye could pop them off at the end of the game. The only thing that's bad about this deck that I see is the whole Dracula thing too. So if you have Dracula in your hand at the end of the game and you have Bullseye, or you're gonna go for the Dracula play, or you're gonna go for the Bullseye. So you're gonna have to make some decisions on turn 6 and turn 5. You just go through with MODOK, mow everything down, and then you play like Swarm, Scorn at the end of the game, and then have Dracula hit your Apocalypse. That way your Morbius goes off as well and gains an extra 2? Or do you leave everything in your hand, like the Scorn, all of your swarms, and then you use Bullseye just to flick your opponents and afflict them with -2 damage? So those are the chances you have to take. That's why I find like this deck is sort of counterproductive. I feel if Bullseye was like on reveal, it would feel better because you can play I feel like Bullseye Gambit at the end of the game would feel like something I would want to play. Like Bullseye Gambit until Wongling is something I believe that would be top tier, and I would say yes, get this card if you could do that. But the fact that it's activate, I think it slows it down a bit. My honest opinion, I think it slows him down. I think he's a complimentary card, but like this would be like a very good card if it was on reveal. But of course you have like Calling Wing, Gambit, Moon Knight to discard your swarms, your scorns, and then Moon Knight 2. I feel like everyone's playing discard 2. I don't feel like Moon Knight is great in this deck because you have Moon Knight discarding a card for them, and they're playing probably discard 2 because everyone's testing out Bullseye, and we have a Hella meta back in a way too, so you might help them out like with their Hella decks. So like Moon Knight feels in this deck to me too. But that's pretty much it. Like I really love Proxima. Proxima just goes on the board. MODOK does what MODOK does. And that's pretty much it. So enough of me talking about it. Let's be about it. Let's play some games. Hopefully we could get some dubs. And hopefully my mind could be changed a bit. So let's go into some games. So we have Destroy Mansion as our first location. We have Bullseye, MODOK, Morbius, and Vibranium. I think I'm going to skip this turn. They play the Vibranium. I think we're going to play Morbius in the middle. I'm going to try his lab. I think we'll go Bullseye in the middle. And then we'll play... So they play Bullseye as well. We'll play Dracula. Should I use Bullseye now? Or wait? We'll see what we get in our hand. This might be an instance where we use Bullseye early. See what happens. Dakin, okay. Blade. That was quick. Let's go Bullseye. Let's go Blade, Gambit, Bullseye. Let's see what happens here. Or maybe we shouldn't have played Gambit because Valley of the Hand, but we'll see what happens. There's limited board space. Sheldon takes a minute. So Gambit. So it's just 2 cards that are going in the middle. No way, he took out my Bullseye? That's lame. Wow. So we're gonna do Bullseye. I guess we do Vibranium, MODOK. That should give us the win. So they play Modok too. We win. How many swarms did they have? Weren't they better off? How come they didn't play the swarm? Because Bullseye? They wanted to play Bullseye? And we end up winning all 3 lanes? So, I think in this game they got trapped in playing this. Like when you really didn't have to. But I ended up using Bullseye on him. But like, he got trapped, or they got trapped in playing Bullseye. So they went for the Bullseye play to leave all of their swarms in their hand when they didn't need to. They probably could have played the swarms out and won. They would have lost middle. They would have lost the middle, but technically I think they would have lost either way. Either way they would have lost, but maybe the swarms was the way to go. I don't know. Let me know down below. So we have Dracula, Apocalypse, Proxima, and Moon Knight. We're going against Victor Creed. Okay. Nothing to play here still. There's Ravona. Do we play Dracula twice? I think we play Morbius and then we play Dracula. Bullseye. So another Bullseye deck. Let's go Dracula. Let's see what they do. A lot of thinking in these games from the other side. Another Bullseye. Isn't that cool? Scorn. Calling. Turn 5. I think we go Calling. Or do we go Morbius, Calling? Or do we go Dracula? And then pray that we get... What? Artem Zola, okay. So we do get a Modok. Let's go Modok. That's how many Bullseyes? 1, 2, 3? 3 Bullseyes? Okay, Morbius, Modok, okay. So we lost the middle. So what was the point of playing Bullseye? Another... So, another game where they're reaching with Bullseye. Like, what is going on? Like, what is going on? Like, what's up with the overreaching? So we have Camp Lehigh. That gives us a Gambit, which is pretty cool. We have Swarm, Bullseye, Apoc, Gambit, Calling Wing. We're going against Pugline. So they play Hydra Bob. We get cloning vats again. I think we go calling wing. They go Fenris. Turn 3. There goes Bullseye, so we won't be playing Bullseye. Let's go Gambit. They play Cassandra Nova. Oh, they retreat. I was just gonna Gambit them to death. So we have Baxter Building as the first location. We have Dracula, Bullseye, Gambit, Calling Wing. And we play nothing. And they snap. Goose snaps. Oh, I need to get an affinity border around this guy. Or the border around this guy. They play Hawkeye. We have Grand Central. Let's go Calling Wing. Blade. They have Bullseye. Alright, turn 4. I think we go Dracula here. See what they do. Did they have like... I figured if they had like Acid Arrow, they would have played it. Or do they hold on to it? Is it mental gymnastics that they're trying to do around me? We're playing 3 cards. So Victoria Hand and 2 arrows. Pem Arrow and a basic arrow. I think I'm gonna go Bullseye. And pray that we get Gambit. We'll see what happens here. So Calling Wing. This is a decent hybrid they're playing. Hawkeye, Victoria Hand, Calling Wing. There's Dakin. There's our Swarm. So final turn here. I think we go Gambit. Bullseye. I think that's it. That's it. We're praying for the best. So they're gonna have Bullseye too, which is gonna hurt. I think we lost this. We completely lost this. So MODOK. Oh yeah, we lost this one bad. Yeah, we lost bad. I tried, but I failed. All right, that is it for this video. Thank you if you made it this far. Thank you. What do you guys think about Bullseye? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? I think it's okay. I feel like there's too much copium. Like, even the games that I won they tried to pull Bullseye off, but they couldn't. And then like the game I lost, I tried to pull Bullseye off, but I couldn't. I think I could have won if if it hit like the APOC or if the Gambit hit the right card. I would have been in it. Like, but there's some cases where like the other end, there was no way. Like, no matter what they did, but they just wanted to see what the card did. Maybe they just want to see what the card does because I think it's cool and design, like the animation and all that stuff is cool. Just that I wish that was on reveal. So let me know down in the comments what you think about this card. Until next time, be safe, keep on snapping, and peace.
Snap.